This is Lorena Mora-Mowry from Ohio Latino Today here con el representante, con el Ohio Representative Dan Ramos from Lorraine, Distrito 56.
56.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be with you again.
Let's talk about the importance of education for the community.
Well, you know, I've always felt that education was important. I was brought up, my father was at, and his father before him, not just the boys but the girls too, that education is the key to success. You know, I talked a little bit of my family history, and you know, when my family was growing up in Puerto Rico, how, you know, we were very poor people, and you know, didn't have much opportunity, a lot of hardships, but we're always, you know, inspired. Just the key is always to get an education. So my grandfather made sure that all of his kids, all 8 of them, went to high school. My father managed, with some assistance, this is something I'm talking about a lot, is, you know, with assistance, some state assistance, federal assistance through the GI Bill at the time, to get to go and get a college education. He ended up becoming a professor. But what he always did, and what I'm trying to do, is when whoever gets to go, we need to turn around and help bring people in. Say that education is not just for me, it's not just for one Latino or one Latina, it's for all Latinos and Latinas. And the message I'm trying to put forward is that all of us who've had the great fortune to be able to pursue an education, to be successful in business or nonprofit or whatever our arena is, that we always have to turn around and look at the next generation and say, you can do this too. We need Latinos and Latinas to go to school, to do well in high school, to get a higher education, whether it's college or a certificate. And a lot of what I'm talking about is we've been working hard since the day we got here, all of us, wherever we came from.
But as you say something about Ohio needs us.
Ohio absolutely needs us. Latinos have been the growth in this state's population. Every other group is basically either shrinking or staying the same. But there are more Latinos every year in this state, through folks moving here either from other states or from other countries, and through, you know, our families growing once we're here. Ohio needs us, and so I want to say that Ohio needs us not just to do some work, but to work in all areas. And so much of those jobs now require some college or advanced preparation.
Let's talk about the importance of us as a Latina, as a mother, the purchasing power that you talk about, trillions of dollars.
Latinos and Latinos in this state represent billions of dollars in purchasing power, with a B, billions of dollars in purchasing power. In many cases, Latinas are the primary purchaser in homes. Whether or not there's a man involved, whether he's Latino or not, the Latina is in charge of the checkbook. The woman is in charge of the checkbook, which is, I think, a good thing. So that also moves things. But in addition to that, businesses that are growing, Latinas in particular, are starting businesses at a rate something like 5 or 6 times faster than any other group, than most other groups, I should say. So we are, you know, employing over 10,000 people and creating payroll in the millions and the billions of dollars. So we're directly, as Latinas and Latinos in Ohio, building the economy of Ohio.
Thinking about, let's work together, and I always, behind me, I always say that I have 700 interviews that inspires me to continue working and inspiring you, because Ohio is, they're welcoming us, yes, but also we have to make our children to go to college.
Yes.
It's a priority. Ohio was very important for the election. Us, how we can have a better voice at the state level and in the election, this upcoming election next year.
Well, as I said, you know, the population of Latinos continues to grow. Every year there are more and more of us. And so with that, our electoral power can grow too, as long as we register, as long as we vote. But we need to make sure that we hold our folks accountable. We can't just be interested in politics on that Tuesday in November. We have to watch all year to make sure that the people that we do elect represent our community. Now we need more Latinos and Latinas to run, of course, but whoever represents us, whatever you know, color, race, wherever, need to know that Latinos and Latinas are their constituents, that they work for our community as much as every other one, and we need to make sure that our voices are continued to be heard. And you know, for those of us in politics like myself, if we see a group is growing, we know that that means more votes, and more votes means we better listen to them we better do our job for the people, or those people will fire us. And we need to remember that we have that ability too. We helped elect a president, and we're going to help elect the next president. Not just as Latinos, but particularly Ohio Latinos, because Ohio chooses presidents. And if Latinos choose presidents and Ohioans choose presidents, that means Ohio Latinos doubly choose presidents. We are going to have a huge role, not just in the president. We need to make sure we do that city council, school board, state representative as well.
So talk about us, that the capability to navigate and be proud of being Latino, because we can navigate the cultures and be strong about that. And I see that. I see the strong Latino capable to switch back and forth. And I see my daughter very proud to be a Latina, because they see all of us. With that perspective about being Latino, is being from Ohio, being strong, you would like to share a message for our community?
We are so strong because we can do that switch seamlessly from a group to, just us, just Latinos, or talking to other Latinos, not just in the United States, but throughout Latin America, and as well work so well within the mainstream. We can listen to salsa and then rock and roll without missing a beat. We are assertively both. We are very proud to be Hispanic, and we are very proud to be Americans. And we are showing the world that it is not an either-or game with us. We are assertively both, and we will continue to be both, and that's strong.
I just love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Great to be here.